Alright, we have another game for you here today, and I am really looking forward to casting this one for you. Pedro said that this one was very special to him. Now, Pedro is quite the weird individual, in my opinion. He's this guy in my Discord server. He lives in Japan. I've played a bunch of games with him in the past. He always whines and complains about the weird strategies that I do, and I know he's not everybody's cup of tea, but Pedro, if you're watching this, you're all right in my book. I think we all have a streak of weirdness and oddity to us, and sometimes we just have to put up with other people's weirdness and oddity. Totally understand that some people may not have the same opinion, but personally, I like everybody for who they are, not for who they're not, or for who they want, who I want them to. Whatever, you get the basic idea. Talking about basic idea, we got Tutons over here from Pedro. His opponent is playing as the Japanese, which is kind of funny because we just talked about Pedro is in Japan, and it looks like we are playing on the only map that matters, Arabia. Just kidding. It's Arena. Let's go. I love that with Capture Age, I can 4 times speed it. Makes everything so much more bearable than if you have to, only 2 times speed and go through all of Dark Age. And what is this? You delete. What is this one piece of wall over here? Just making the wood less efficient as time goes on. Also, I don't think that that is the best lumber camp. Pedro might actually have big trees and not be able to see what's going on. I highly recommend either getting small trees, or if you want, you can get the pine trees. If you want a little bit of variation, small trees is totally fine, but pine trees I think is great. In addition to that, you have that outline indicating how much wood is still remaining. Feudal looks like fast castle from both of these individuals, who I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. We're going to see some Teuton knights over here. He did construct that blacksmith, the barracks and a blacksmith now so that he can get upgrades on those knights. I'm expecting Pidrow to go for very early pressure. Does not have anybody on stone yet. Ooh, very important scout fight that Pedro's going to win. And his opponent, fast castle as well. Are we going to see those samurai? I think samurai are probably some of the coolest units. I was having this discussion with somebody else, like, what is the coolest unit in Age of Empires? They said the samurai. Personally, I prefer the conic. I think conics are dope. Plus, you have that one meme, call an ambulance, when a conic faces off against a spearman, and then it's like, conic stands up, dismounted conic, but not for me. Whabam! Slam. Thank you, ma'am. No military from either. Pidrow is dominating in the military action bar. Do you like this military action? Second TC for both players, which you can clearly see on this wonderful Capture Age display. I've been actually really considering. Oh, that is so much value. Holy poop lord. This scout has done so much. He has 2 kills under his belt, and it just secured him a relic. I actually think getting scouts on Arena early on, even in Castle Age, is very worth your while. It allows you to secure those relics, and it also allows you to snipe off monks very easily. I felt like one of those sales people. Look at this beautiful display of TCs, only available on Capture Age. I am considering purchasing the Capture Age Pro or whatever it is, but I don't like that it is a monthly fee like my Netflix. I kind of like subscriptions when they're like a one and done kind of a deal, and then I own that forever. Wow, Pedro, you really sent me a very exciting game. I'm sure this is going to be great content for YouTube. We're watching villagers chopping and farming and chopping and farming and chopping and... Wait, what the? No. What? What? What just happened? I'm a pro caster, everybody. I'm a pro caster over here. What the just happened? No way. One second. One second. What? Can we restart this one? Is there an easy way to restart this? What? What just happened? Did he convert a villager over the wall? He must have. Replays. Which one are we watching here? My goodness. I'm such a freaking nub. Arena. Where are you, Pidrow? Freaking Pidrow, always making my life difficult. I'm sure I already passed it as well. No, I want to find it. Blue and red. No, don't make me start this over. That's such good banter. Don't care. I'm gonna make it. It's more up. It's more up. It has to be. Dark noob. Pidrow. Why? F. No. What? I hate my life. Absolutely can't stand it. Go to regular age. Restart it. Yes. Does that restart it in the capture age as well? Yes. Okay, that's how we can do. We just did the thing. Wow. I am so technologically capable. I feel like you guys deserve to know how technologically capable I am. We are leaving that failure. Mostly I just don't want to cast this again. I felt like I was doing a good job entertaining. I that's a poop lord. Yeah, I know, Strugs. Whatever, man. What the flip ever. Long hair, don't care, wanna cast many games today, put them on display for YouTubes. Sometimes things in life, sometimes things in Age of Empires, go horribly wrong, just like this lumber camp. Small trees, blah blah blah, yeah, that whole conversation for you, barracks, yeah, that way you can be able, who cares? Japanese, by Pedro is let's got my Pedro, we know, I was really like to be, here goes that seals the relic. Okay, I think we're about caught up to where we were before. Now, I'm not gonna miss it. I'm pretty sure the woman in question is this woman over here. I'm just gonna look outside for a second. There's this bird. It's a beautiful bird. It's really interesting. If something happens in the next like 5 to 10 seconds, please tell me, because I really don't want to miss what happened before. But oh my god, that bird is so beautiful. Such a majestic looking bird. Wait, that's not a bird. That's just a leaf. What am I looking? No! I missed it again? God, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to start this one over again. Psych! Of course, we realized that Pidrow converts over the wall. And I love how the red dot... I was like so confused. I was like, where are these red dots coming from? Trying to block this off. Blocks this off actually quite nicely. And now trying to finish that stable to produce knights inside of his enemy's base. I've never seen this before. Has to run away that villager because it's going to get converted. Goes for the scout instead. Gets the scout. What am I watching? This could be like a legitimate strategy to try and convert enemy villagers and then build stuff in there. Oh, he's gonna try and try and convert it back, but now the scouts got. Oh man, Pedro, you did not disappoint. I was giving you so much stuff, but I can only see where it goes from here. Got the support lines over here. Knights coming out. Knights are a little bit risky, especially with all the monks that blue has as well. For those of you who are curious what elo Pedro is at, I believe Pedro is about 1500. It's healing that villager. Oh, that's big. It's going to snipe the monk. Or sorry, he's going to snipe the knight. And kill the scout. I don't know if he should have killed that. He could have converted it. Another stable. Oh my gosh. Absolutely brilliant. Where do you go from here when you're blue? You must be so frustrated that you let that one villager live. And now there's knights in your base. There's monks on the outside. Pidrow has collected basically every single relic. If this was a lobby game, he could basically get relic victory just by snagging this last relic over here. I really like the star mod added to the relic. I think that's really cool. Adds a lot of flavor to it. It's complete chaos in... Ooh, nice conversion there. In blue's base. And Pedro is just like, you know what? People go imp. That's what you do. The villager differential actually quite close at this time. But where do you go? How do you progress? I think you kind of just have to drop a castle on this forward aggression just to get this stuff out of your base. But it doesn't look like blue is committed at all to stone. Following up with scorpions because blue decided to go archers. I really like that decision. Scorpions are a hard counter to archers for sure. Mangonels, you can sometimes, especially on higher elos, kind of out micro. Try out microing a scorpion. Not gonna happen. Finally now breaking through that gate just so that he can get the rest of these monks in. These knights that have been converted, then back converted, then constructed, then back converted, then shot, then... Oh my gosh, these knights have... These are true knights. These are not like Frank knights who are just nobles sitting around doing absolutely... Cavalier is here. And he's going to get that super Teutonic defense bonus on these guys as well. +2/+2 Pierce. These arrows are doing basically nothing, and reinforcements are about to arrive. Now, I would really like for Pidrow to collect more stone and then just drop a get out of my game castle right here. Because if he drops a castle right here, this game is over. Another defense upgrade coming in. These Cavalier right now are +6 pierce defense, which means that these crossbows are only doing 1 damage per hit. He could easily, at this point, with that final armor upgrade, run underneath TCs and just start sniping. Like, he actually already has this game in the bank, and he hasn't realized it yet. Like, look at this. Look at this. Look how much damage that TC is doing. I guess it's also just like misfiring completely, but it's doing basically nothing. He can fight underneath here, no problem. Actually, I would be targeting the spearmen before targeting the archers because the spearmen will still get their bonus damage added first, but that is a side note. The reinforcements are here, and it's going to be absolute massacre. It's been quite the one-sided game. However, I think I will still upload this one to YouTube just because you don't often see a conversion like that being so essential. Normally that villager just gets picked off, and sure enough, the GG is called the over the wall conversion. This is like in basketball when you do a through the legs shot dunk. Can you shoot dunk in basketball? I don't know much about sports ball, okay? But let's check out the statistics anyway. Look at that KD ratio. Those Cavalier with that additional Pierce defense, they're just not going to be that. Interestingly enough, resources collected more for the Japanese opponent, but I don't think he could possibly keep up with that, especially with all of that craziness going on in his base. A very important statistic, especially on Arena. Over here, players only had 7.9% of the map explored. But Pidrow took a fall early on, not exploring too much of his map. But then he explored more. And he explored the other side of his opponent's walls, thus bringing him to the overall victory in the end. And you know what that means, guys. Keep walking. And I'd like to add one more thing. Inspired by my buddy Strokes, I want to tell you guys, don't let your memes be dreams. Make them a reality, even though they might be an abnormality. Poop Lord out.